Welcome back. Here at FutureFile, we've been toiling away all week to bring you the best technology stories around. And right now, we've got Adrian, who's going to be explaining to us the mysteries of bionics.
At $6 million, the Bionic Man was always a pretty low-budget affair, but scientists are now making great strides interfacing brains and nerve cells to computers. And that's exactly what's needed to build the next superhuman Bionic Man. Bionic ears already deliver electrical stimulation directly to the hearing nerve. Results are far from hi-fi, but they're good enough for a profoundly deaf person to use the telephone again. For the future human, enhancing the eye may be far more useful. Plugging electronics into the optic nerve, the retina, and even directly into the visual cortex of the brain have all been tried with quite promising results. The most promising visual implant so far is a microchip that's implanted directly on the blind person's retina. It creates a picture out of about 3,500 electrically stimulated dots. Not enough to produce a detailed picture, but more than enough to make out a face or avoid an obstacle. And the resolution is likely to increase dramatically in the next few years. These devices' successors will feed far more detailed images into the human brain, and it's likely they'll be less invasive as well. Hook them up to a pair of spectacle-mounted cameras, and it's dead easy to add an impressive zoom capability, night sight, or even millimeter radar for a sort of X-ray spec see-through walls capability. It's all very Steve Austin, but personally, I think I'll be sticking with a conventional head-mounted display for quite a while yet. Whether there's a widespread need for the Bionic Man's super strength remains to be seen. It would be handy for getting the lid off jam jars, but in this age of labour-saving machinery, who, aside from troops and a few other specialist occupations, really actually needs it? There may be more demand for superhuman speed, even if it is only used to catch the bus. Artificial limbs are increasingly being interfaced directly to human nerve cells. And as the complexity of information travelling through these connections increases, combined with improvements to artificial muscles and actuators, then maybe one day, way into the future, our great-great-great-grandchildren may actually choose to have their limbs replaced with artificial ones. Alas, this James Bond meets Wallace and Gromit vision of the future is still a long, long way off. For quite some time, the medical profession will be concentrating on using the science of bionics to replace failed human parts. In only a few decades, it's become quite likely that you or I will eventually be fitted with some mechanical replacement for a failed body part, be it an artificial hip like this, or a lens for a glaucoma-infected eye. The next generation organ replacements may be perfect tank-grown copies. Human skin is already being grown this way. Biotechnology may in the end render the poor old $6 million man a hopelessly defunct model. We'll just have to wait and see.
The bionic voice of Adrian. Never stuck for a world or two, that one.